Welcome to Personal Finance Reimagined, the organization challenging outdated financial education and exploring a better way forward. I'm Jeff Hulett, a banker, entrepreneur, professor, and the founder of PFR. Over the years, I've seen firsthand how personal finance education has failed to keep up with the realities of the modern world. We still teach personal finance as if information is scarce, as if people need to memorize details about mortgages, credit cards, and investments to succeed. But the approach is outdated. It is failing the very people it's meant to help. That's why I created Personal Finance Reimagined. It's not just another financial literacy program. It's a fundamental shift in how we teach people to make financial decisions. At PFR, we focus on decision making first because it's in today's world, financial success isn't about having more information. It's about knowing how to process the overwhelming amount of information already available. So, why does this change matter? Because the way we've been teaching personal finance is stuck in the past. And it's time to fix that. Let's dive into the problem, and more importantly, let's dive into the solution. For a long time, personal finance education focused on gathering information about financial products, mortgages, credit cards, loans, and investment options. That made sense when financial information was scarce. If you wanted to make a good decision, you had to seek out that very limited detailed information available, compare a few key points, and make a choice. Gathering the information was the challenge. Making the decision was relatively easy. But today, we live in the information age, and everything has flipped 180 degrees. Now, financial information isn't just available, it's everywhere. Instead of hunting for financial facts, we're drowning in them. It's as if we are getting drowned in this data that's coming out of all the devices that we have. And worse of all, not all of it's even accurate. With a few AI generated prompts, you can access more information than a banker from 30 years ago could in their entire career. So, if information overload is the real challenge today, why is personal finance still being taught as if information is scarce? The traditional method, teaching financial products like divisions in a bank, no longer serves students. It feels more like bank marketing than real financial education. The problem isn't about having enough information. It's about making good decisions with an overwhelming amount of it. The reality is that financial success in the modern world isn't about memorizing details. It's about developing a strong decision-making process, one that works across all major financial choices, from buying a home to managing debt to planning for retirement. Here's the key shift. Personal finance isn't an information accumulation problem anymore. It's a decision problem. And if we want to teach financial success effectively, we need to start by understanding how people actually make decisions. This brings us to the core of Personal Finance Reimagined, a decision first approach grounded in evolutionary biology, neurobiology, behavioral psychology, and structured decision making. To truly change the way we teach personal finance, we need to build education around how the human brain makes decisions. We start with evolutionary biology and why we struggle with long-term financial planning. Natural selection shaped our brains to prioritize immediate survival, not long-term financial planning. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors weren't worried about retirement savings. They were focused on escaping predators, finding food, and protecting their tribe. Because our brains evolved for short-term survival, We are naturally wired to seek instant gratification over long-term rewards. This is why saving money, avoiding debt, and investing for the future can feel unnatural. It's a constant battle between our modern financial goals and our ancient instincts. Next, we explore the outcome of our evolution, or our neurobiology, and the biochemical processes that drive our financial decisions. If evolutionary biology explains why financial decisions are challenging, neurobiology explains how they happen in our brains. Our financial choices are driven by neurotransmitters, including dopamine, the reward biochemical that fuels spending and impulse purchases; oxytocin, the love chemical or trust biochemical that makes us feel safe when making financial choices, and sometimes even when we shouldn't feel safe; acetylcholine, the biochemical that helps us learn from mistakes and adjust future decisions; and then serotonin, the neurotransmitter linked to long-term satisfaction, and it's crucial for building financial patience and resilience. Understanding these biochemicals helps us recognize why certain financial decisions feel good in the moment but hurt us later, and why we need a structured system to override impulsive mistakes. The third step down that ladder is our behavioral psychology and how biases sabotage our money choices. Even when we have good intentions, cognitive biases influence our financial decisions in ways we don't always recognize. Some of the most common biases include confirmation bias. This bias retains selective information that confirms existing beliefs. Now, for example, someone who believes renting is the smarter financial choice only reads articles about the flexibility and lower upfront costs of renting, while ignoring the counterarguments like the long-term wealth building potential of home ownership. Then we have availability bias, a big one around lending especially. Overweighting immediate, easy to perceive information at the expense of underweighting longer term, harder to perceive information. So for example, student lending and the federal student loan system preys on availability bias by making loans feel like easy money through instant approvals and deferred payments, while the harsh reality of repayment, interest accrual, and long-term financial burden only becomes clear years later. And then finally, the herd mentality, making financial choices based on what everyone else is doing. So a really good example of this is jumping into crypto or cryptocurrency investments at their peak because friends are making money without understanding the risks or the underlying technology. Because these biases shape our everyday financial habits, personal finance education must focus on building better habits and better behaviors to support those habits, not just throwing more information at students. The fourth, and it's our fourth and the final step in our journey, is personal finance decision making. This is all about creating a consistent, repeatable process. At its core, Personal Finance Reimagined teaches that financial success comes from that consistent, repeatable decision making process. Why is this important? Because no one can predict every financial situation they'll face, but with the right decision process, anyone can navigate complex choices with confidence. The good news, this process is the same across all major financial decisions. Once you master the framework, you can apply it to any financial choice, whether it's choosing a mortgage, negotiating a salary, or investing in your future. Even better, we now have technology to support this process. Decision process and AI tools can help filter out bad information, curate the best options, and guide users toward smarter decisions if they use the tools correctly. The era of memorizing financial products details is over. The future of personal finance is about teaching decision making, and Personal Finance Reimagined is leading the way. If you're ready to take control of your financial future, check out our book, Making Choices, Making Money, which provides the decision-making technology you need to build a lifetime of wealth. You don't need to be a finance expert, you just need the right process. Let's rethink personal finance together. Until next time, this is Jeff Hulett from Personal Finance Reimagined. Keep making smart decisions. If you'd like to learn more, next are some of the resources we discussed. So you can learn more at financerevamp.com. You can discover how we provide for high school, college student, and for the entrepreneur's personal finance success. Grab your copy of Making Choices, Making Money. You can grab it on Amazon and major booksellers. The book includes access to our decision technology definitive choice. Subscribe to Personal Finance Reimagined for more insight on making confident financial choices. Thank you, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.